I know how crazy this sounds, but we shared a connection more powerful than two people can. Look, in these last words, trust your heart. Those are the exact words that Josh said to me right before I went through that portrait. Oh, come on, Felicia. There's too many coincidences for this just to be a figment of my imagination.
Riva, there is something to be learned from this experience. And I admit it's an extraordinary coincidence that the words in the letter echo those of Josh's, and that the world that you've dreamed up does have some basis in historical fact, but...
Obviously.
But Riva, you have to be careful how far you take this and how much meaning you ascribe to these coincidences.
Because at the end of the day, it's all in my head.
I have to believe that. I'm a professional.
Danielle, do you know if there's any record of a Nurse Shane treating Colonel Robichaux?
No, not that I know of.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that there wasn't one, right?
Oh, of course not. If you'll excuse me for just a moment.
You see, she didn't rule it out.
There's no record of her, which means you probably imagined her.
Which is what? Making sense of today by inventing a yesterday? That's delusional. And I may be a lot of things, but I'm not that. I may never be able to convince you of this, but I know it in my soul. I was here, and I have to take the next step, because I have to find out what all of this means.
Look, maybe we can explore all of this tomorrow. Right now, I have to go back to the hotel. I have to at least make an appearance at the seminar.
Do it, go. This will all wait. I'll see you later.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. You ready to go? We close at noon for lunch.
I was kind of hoping that I could just kind of stick around for a while.
Oh. Well, I know how important this is to you, it seems. Just please don't take too long.
Okay. Thanks.
Digging into the past, are we?
Well, isn't that the point of a tour?
Well, for some, but for others, it's best to leave the past be buried, lest there be consequences.
Excuse me? What consequences? Why would you say the past should stay buried?
Well, I think you know.
There are people who believe that the past is never really gone, that it isn't even past.
Yes, people who cannot face the present. much less the future.
Speak for yourself.
Well, perhaps I am.
What, do you get a real kick out of trying to scare the tourists?
You're no tourist, ma'am.
You're right. I came here to New Orleans, to this house, to find out exactly what happened in 1862 during the Civil War. Here. Do you know?
Leave this house alone, Reva Shane.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
Perhaps one of the consequences.
What, do you work here? You saw me sign my name in the guest book.
Why have you come to snoop around this house and ask so many questions?
What business is it of
Well, what
yours?
business is it of yours?
Are you a Robichaux?
The Robichaux are gone. Let them rest in peace.
I don't think they are at peace.
Well, you know nothing about it.
What happened to Jack Robichaux?
Leave New Orleans, Miss Shane. Go home. Don't look back. You don't know what you're dealing with.
Wait! No! What? What is he so scared I'll find out? I remain yours always. Always. Jack. P.S. Do not grieve for me, but trust your heart. You wrote that for me, not for her. But why have you called me back here now? Am I supposed to find out something about you or about myself? And what happened to the dispatches? Why was Jack Robichaux executed? Why I was called back to New Orleans during the Civil War. But was it just to bear witness to history or to try to change it somehow?
Reva, I don't want to get existential, but you can't change the past without it having an effect on the present.
That's it. Jack Robichaux was in danger, and he didn't know it. Maybe Josh is in danger and doesn't know it either.
It is one thing to explore your own psyche through hypnosis or past regression or whatever, but you can't play God.
Maybe I was supposed to pass on a message, you know? Maybe something I saw in the past was supposed to affect something now. General Hudson was obviously having an affair with Regina. Maybe Alan and Olivia are having an affair, too.
Reva, be careful. You might be projecting your negative feelings about Olivia, trying to prove that...
I'm looking for answers, Felicia. And thank you for coming to New Orleans with me, but you didn't have to cut your conference short, and you didn't have to come home with me.
You know the conference was just an excuse. I mean, frankly, I am fascinated with what's happening with you. I mean, this is the most interesting work that I've had in years.
Ah. So now I'm a case study.
And a friend. I'm just not ready to accept that someone can step through a painting into the past, but the doctor in me says that there's some logical explanation.
Maybe. But you don't think I'm nuts?
No, I don't think you're nuts. I think you're just dealing with some serious issues that have caused you these problems.
Yeah, well, all I can say is whatever business this is creating more problems than it's solving, and I feel like I'm running out of time. That's why I had to beat it back from New Orleans, because there's something that I'm supposed to be doing.
Any idea what?
Maybe.
Well, at least think about it. Maybe we could try the hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got to get back to Clayton and find out what he's been up to since I've been gone. I know the way out.
Thanks, Felicia.